5 have linked up. Now, here's a list of players that have arrived in camp according to the stories we're getting. Chidozie Awasiem, Maduka Okoye, William Trostekong, Olaoluwa Aino, yes, Calvin Bassey, Zedu Sanusi, Kevin Akpogoma, Valentino Zonwa for replacement for injured Leon Balogun, Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Onyeka, Alex Iwobi, Rafael Onyedika, Moses Simon, Taiwan Woni, Chidera Ejuke, Cyril Dessers, and Terem Murphy. Francis Uzo, Adele Adebayo, Godwin Xavier Bebeduru, Kelechi Iheanacho, Ademola Lookman, Emmanuel Dennis have also arrived in camp ahead of that friendly against Algeria. Well, the likes of Ozonwa for Godwin Xavier Bebeduru and Emmanuel Dennis have been called up as replacements for Leon Balogun, Ahmed Musa, Samuel Chukwueze, and Heron Yokuru, who are rolled out through injuries. But Nigeria will take on Algeria at the Stade Olympique in Oran on Tuesday, the 27th of September, 2022. And we're looking forward to that particular game where the boys look very sharp and fine, look more sweet and dapper coming at the airport, right? It gets interesting. Let's begin the conversation. Well, Blyden, good to have you on the show. And we talked about the Super Eagles team in the morning on TV. Talking about this particular friendly, both teams didn't qualify for the World Cup, but this is definitely a chance for Jose Peseiro to try out the legs.
Yeah, high-tech friendly match, good friendly match. At least for one thing, you won't be beaten blue and black if you're playing against Algeria. So it's competitive for them. And I think it's a game they should look forward to how to get a result. Recent times, especially coming from the Nations Cup, we saw Algeria's performances weren't that good, though they came from a string of good performances before the Nations Cup. So from an Algerian perspective, you look at the Algerians, they were looking forward to have a decent result against the Nigerian side, at least not to lose. But from a Nigerian perspective, and I'll try to be a little sentimental, I think it's an opportunity for the coach to set up his target, gather a new team, give some new players opportunity to play. Damsat, one player, Yusuf, he isn't part of this mix, who's played for Anderlecht. He's not part of this mix. I don't know why they dropped him, but I think he should have been given opportunity to play, test his onions with this side and see how he can perform. It would be a good game as far as I'm concerned, where the young lads, the likes of Terem Murphy and the rest, do that bit, express themselves. I'll be happy to have Kelechi Iheanacho back to the team and Alex Iwobi back to the team.
All right, Tio Wasolo-Rex, still talking about the side. There's been this clamor since the squad was dropped, his squad list was dropped, that Ahmed Musa should not be called up to the national team anymore. And a lot of people believe that he has done his time with the national team and should take a rest and retire from the national team. Do you buy into this notion, Solorex?
If I don't buy, I'll sell. Player, looking at him, 29 years of age, with the experience he has gotten, the past couple of years, playing in the Premier League, going to Russian League, playing the Saudi Arabia currently. He's a fantastic player, and anytime he's been called up to the national team as well, he's been able to, come out clutch for them. We can't forget, the 2014 World Cup or 2018 World Cup easily, what he did in that particular game against Iceland. But I think it's time, he should part with Ahmed Musa. He's a fantastic guy, but we need to continue without Ahmed Musa in the team. Age is no longer on his side. And looking at this Jose Peseiro team, since he came here, introduce the likes of Terem Murphy, Innocent Bonke to the team. These are all young lads that can, bring the energy, bring this energy in the team as well to get the perfect result. So I think we should let Musa rest.
All right. Well, Blyden, I know you buy into the same philosophy because you have been one of the people that have been in the forefront of saying that Musa should actually leave the setup. About experience and the fact that he's one of these go-to guys that if as a new coach, you want a dressing room that you can actually.
Football is not played in the dressing room, right, James? I think I might feel like the person who carries the placard and say, Musa must go, Musa must go. Because right now, he's contributing nothing to that national team. Yeah. Maybe because he's 29 by age, but he's running like someone who's already past 37. I think Cristiano Ronaldo still runs better than Ahmed Musa when I watch him for the Super Eagles. And one would say, if we're dropping the likes of Odion Ighalo, Musa should join that crew. Yeah. That's where he belongs to. Yeah. Give the younger players opportunity to play. And start that the likes of Sadiq Omar were injured moving forward to this particular game. But come on, we have to give the younger players opportunity to play. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Because I begin to look at it. Before now, I remember the last World Cup appearance we had. Musa was very fantastic, but he's no more that Musa that we used to know. There's a different kind of Musa. I remember when he didn't have a club. I was one of the people that did propose and ask that Musa should be given a chance at the national team to play. Now he's got a club. and he's had another one. He's now with Sivasspor in Turkey. Quality player for them, but for the Super Eagles, I think his time is up.
Particularly, and Emmanuel Dennis has been called up to replace him. Ahmed Musa talking about the man right there in the well. We hope that all of this talk gets to be heard at the NFF level. But let's talk about the attacking talent at the national team.
Yeah.
Yes, there's no Victor Osimhen, there's no Ahmed Musa, there's no Samuel Chukwueze, and there's no Heron Yokuru, but we're still blessed with so much talent attacking-wise, you know. And then both of these players, there's no Sadiq Omar as well.
Yeah.
But number 9 spot, there's a Tawa Woni, there's a Terry Murphy on the sidelines. There's also Kelechi Iheanacho as well, aiming to get some playing time. There's Ademola Lookman as well, aiming to get the Cyril Dessers particularly in the side as well. So when talking about the attack, who would you expect to see in that game against Algeria, leading the attack for Nigeria?
Well, I know that Kelechi Iheanacho should start. He's not really played in recent times for the new coach Pesero, but come on, Lookman too. He's had a fine season so far, playing for Atlanta. They were able to beat Roma in the last time they played out last week. So fantastic player. He's had a very wonderful season in Serie A. But come on, Cyril Dessers, I'm not sure he's scored a goal yet. He's still trying to find that boot to score that goal, but quality player based on what he did last season. And for the first time, he's really part of a team where he can start games, unlike what happened when he went to what's it called it now? He went to Belgium and struggled a bit. At Genk, struggled a bit at Genk. And now the tall Genk striker, I don't know why he's not part of that mix.
Paul Onuachu.
Just returning from injury.
Well, he's always returning from injury and still scoring goals. I think he should be called to the national team. It's been a while he's not played for the national team. Let's not wait any further. Quality side, we have quality players. We talked about Alexi Iwobi in the morning on TV.
Yeah.
Good player too. He's coming with good form to the national team. I expect combination of Alexi Iwobi and Kelechi Iheanacho always gives good result for the national team. And I'm looking forward to them playing together.
But so Rex, you're talking about the attack. Let's trim the list. Tawa Woni, Terry Murphy, and Tawa Woni and Terry Murphy. Who starts for you in the attack?
It has to be Terry Murphy. You know, Awoniyi for me since he went to Nottingham Forest. He's yet to.
He has 2 goals.
Yeah, 2 goals in how many games? You know, compared to Awoniyi we had at Union Berlin. So that clearly shows you that he's far behind, you know, what he was doing at Union Berlin. Looking at, you know, the form of Terry Murphy, you know, he scored 6 goals in 7 games. You know, that's a massive, you know, addition to him. And as well, Terry, what's his name, was a Pissarro, you know, lovely one to handpick him because he's definitely getting the perfect results, you know, he's looking for. And looking at this Super Eagles team, I said before, Jose Pissarro he wants to build, you know, a young team that will get, you know, that particular results. They won't be tired of running the energy, you know, everything in particular. But my greatest problem has to be the midfield. You know, the midfield, looking at, why are you inviting Frank Onyeka? You know, when you have a certain Innocent Monkey that is playing for Lorient, you know, he has played 7 games this season.
Innocent Monkey comes in over Frank Onyeka for you.
Absolutely. That's my choice because, what's his name? Frank Onyeka, you know, at Brentford, you know, he's mostly like a bench warmer. You know, he comes up last game, he played about 45 minutes, you know. A good player of his caliber, shouldn't be starting from the bench.
Leiden, before we talk about midfield crisis, a bench warmer in England and a starter for France, who would you pick?
Well, for me, they're the same par. They're the same par. Little here. Onyeka, a quality player from our standpoint, he's not really had the opportunities enough at Brentford. Remember, he moved from one of those weaker European clubs, Denmark to this. So it's another level, but he's trying his bit. But this is it. I always look at the national team, especially friendly matches. Countries rather have a role to play in club football for players, just because you give players the opportunity to express their gift and talent. Sometimes it could be the system that's affecting them in club. So when you come to the national team and you have the opportunity to play, the world gets to see how good you are. For me, it doesn't matter. It's a friendly match. Any of them can play. Let's see how. I expect virtually all of them to participate. You can make as many stops as possible in a friendly match, but you allow them to participate, have a swell time playing for the national team. The bottom line is, amid all this, find a way to get a good result and go back to your club and perform good football.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen instances where, you know, national team coaches, you know, talk to club coaches on how to use a particular player. Yeah. And then club coaches, you know, consult national team coaches. I remember the case of Kai Havertz, you know, when he came to Chelsea initially, and Frank Lampard, you know, had to seek the consent of Joachim Löw in Germany on how to use this particular man. I think it works every single time. I can even
add this. You look at yesteryears, so many factors make players sit on the bench in club football. For example, many years ago, Nwankwo Kanu was always on the bench, and Kanu did say he wasn't French. No doubt, we know a lot of French players were there. But at the time, you saw a player called Jeffers starting for Arsenal, and Kanu wouldn't. Kanu would come in 3 minutes to go. We all know Kanu was better than Jeffers, but Jeffers was given the opportunity because of a quota system in England to play. So that basically those factors play in the long run for why players are on the bench, probably the system of a coach. But in the long run, you have your national team as good soccer for you to improve and play football.
Absolutely. Let's begin to get your thoughts in 090-2223-1011 and 0817-624-8565. Alternatively, you can head to Facebook, Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Our official Facebook handle has a blue tick on it, and we'll stream it live on that handle. Go there, drop a comment the way 090-2223-1011 and 0817-624-8565. For Solorex, let's talk about the back line for the national team before we talk about the goalkeeping department. Yes, it's been a thing of concern lately. You know, immediately after the African and the World Cup qualifiers, I mean, there was just talk about what's the best centre-back partnership for the Super Eagles team. I mean, we've got William Trostekong. There's no Leon Balogun, unfortunately, but there's Kenneth Omero. And then Calvin Bassey, who was drafted as a left-back for the national team, now plays as centre-back for Ajax. So he will be making a case for himself to play at centre-back later today. We'll talk about this after this batch, of course. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, Top Gunner.
Welcome, Top Gunner.
People's friendship to Nigeria is a kind of scratching old wounds in the heart of fans. They are disappointed with us. They are not qualified to the World Cup, just at their finger. Now they want to wear a new World Cup jersey for friendly because I'm not feeling bought it as part of the branding agenda. Then I'm very sure for Musa, let him stay for a time while. It will not be part of the next World Cup if Eagles qualify. Masana Musa is a role model to the younger lads. He's cool-headed, and that's the edge. Captain, he loves the country. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you very much, Top Gunner. Your thoughts appreciated. 090-2223-1011 and 0817-624-8565. All right, so Solarek, William Trostekong is on the side. We're talking about Kenneth Omero. There's Calvin Bassey. There's Kevin Akpoguma returns to the national team after hiatus. He plays for Hoffenheim in Germany, right? And there's an outside chance for former Ayimba defender Valentine Zonwafo, who now implies his trade in, I think, Cyprus, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Solarek, that backline, what would be the perfect centre-back partnership for you for this particular game and moving forward for Jose Pesero?
Well, as things stand, I'll go with Kevin Akpoguma.
Kevin Akpoguma.
Yeah, with William Trostekong. I've watched Kevin Akpoguma in the Bundesliga. He's been fantastic. For Hoffenheim. Last game he had an assist in his last game or something like that. So he's a fantastic lad. And left back and right back has to be Zaido Sanusi and Calvin Bassey. We all know the quality Calvin Bassey has. Starting games regularly. Assisting games regularly as well. So that's a massive stuff.
Calvin and right back.
Well, Blyden, Calvin Bassey, he came in his debut for the national team. He played as a left back. He was a left back for Rangers, but since moving to Ajax, he plays as centre back. So, if you were close to the Pesero setup, the Pesero technical team, would you play Calvin Bassey as a left back or as a centre back?
Well, technically, if you want to really look at this game, the only reason I'll play Chris Ekong at the centre back would be that he should be the captain of the side moving into this game. He's had experience with the side, been around with the side for a while. But beyond that, I'll play Calvin Bassey in the middle, centre back, and I'll look for probably another player to add with him, the Hoffenheim guy, to add with him. Because you need to see new players.
What about Kenneth Omero?
Kenneth Omero.
Around the national team setup for a while.
We've seen Kenneth Omero. This is a test match as far as I'm concerned. Omero will come in. He's struggled in recent times, but no doubt about the quality of Kenneth Omero. Good player as far as I'm concerned. But I try the best I can to give new players the opportunity to play this game and see how to build a team around new players and give them opportunity. So you get to know who is who. For me, that's the essence of friendlies. Surely you have to do this, and in the long run, so you get to probably win the game or draw the game and not lose the game. That's basically how I say it. Everyone will have opportunity to play, but some quality players, Calvin Bassey ought to be part of that starting mix. He's a top player and in form, and I'll go with him on the centre back.
Right, so let's talk about the goalkeeping department. Well, a friend of mine made a joke on social media. No disrespect to Maduka Okoye and the rest of them. He said that Vincent Oyoma is the last goalkeeper we had, and since then we've been having IT students and TP students, in the goalkeeping department for the national team. But no disrespect to the goalkeepers, as I said. But Blyden,
What's this guy with leukemia?
it's what did you say, Blyden?
This guy that had leukemia, what's the name now?
Carly Keme.
Quality goalkeeper.
player,
Yeah.
quality goalkeeper. Just
He wasn't an IT student.
life wasn't just fair, unfortunately. But Blyden is 2022, and we're still battling on who is our first choice goalkeeper for the national team.
Well, for me, there's no battle about that. It's so clear who the first choice goalkeeper is. I remember prior to the World Cup qualifications, I and Brad had a lot of conversation who was a better goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And the idea Brad brought was more or less that Okoye was a slot, sort of, wasn't good enough for the national team. I said, come on, you cannot be playing, if you're playing on slot in the national team, then what about at Netherlands? Every division.
He's in Watford now in
He
England.
was a slot, no, Dane.
Yeah.
It was in Netherlands.
Yeah.
He was playing quite well. And though it was a battling side, but he did make great save for them. And afterwards moved to Watford. No other goalkeeper's done that. For me, he's the best we've got. You cannot judge him based on that Nations Cup incident that we had. And as it would be, we also saw the next goalkeeper, Uzoho, during the qualifiers, concede a similar goal that Okoye conceded
even at the 2018 World Cup.
At the Nations Cup. So it's basically what it is. It's always going to be Okoye, Uzoho being part of that mix. But for me, Okoye is number one. Any day, anytime.
There's an outside chance for a goalkeeper. His name is Dele Adebayo. He plays club football in far away in Switzerland, particularly. In Israel, rather. He plays for Hapoel Jerusalem, and he's kept 3 straight clean sheets for his team so far as he gears up to join the national team. But let's talk about the opponent of the Algerian national team. The coach dropped a 24-man list. Coach Jamal Belmadi unveiled the list on Saturday morning with many regulars left out of the squad. Riyad Mahrez, Islam Slimani, the team that will take on the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Alexander Okija replaces Rice Mboli at the goalkeeping position. Andy Derlo takes the place of Baghdad Bunja in the national team. Just to take you through the full list of the Algerians that are set to take on Nigeria. Goalkeepers include Zegda, Mandela, Okija. For the defenders, we're talking Atal, Zedatka, Benyada, Bentabeni, Mandi, Tugai, Tuba, and Bedren. For the defenders, Ismail Benassa of AC Milan, Zerouki, Nabil Bentaleb. For the forwards, we're talking Riyad Mahrez, Adam Omas, Yusuf Beleli, Yassin Brahimi, Slimani, Dalot, and Damoura. Just a few names that we can relate with in that particular squad right there. But let's get your thoughts in 090-2223-1011 and 0817-624-8565. Tell us the players that you expect to see start the game against Algeria later next week. To Facebook and drop a comment on our live feed, and Solarex is going to take this comment in a minute or two from now. But before we cross over to talk about other stories, Blyden, Alex Iwobi, open to contract talks with Everton. Man has been impressive for this Everton team in the coming days. And since his Premier League started, he's been given a whole new role for this Everton team under Frank Lampard. And now he has a chance to even extend his stay at Everton. Now, we should be happy for this particular man, Blyden.
Yeah, you should be happy, except you have witchcraft. But basically, Alex will be an exceptional player as far as I'm concerned. I've seen his talents over the years, right from when he joined Arsenal. Quality player, but it was all about passing the ball around, quick movement, shaking off his hair, being part of it. And finally, he's beginning to add the physicality to his game. And that's what we've been talking about over time. And the improvement of Alex Iwobi has been massive, especially this season. He's bringing physicality, and thanks to Frank Lampard for drafting him. Sometimes he had to play at the defensive role. And the beauty about Alex is that he could play anyway. At some point, I really had fears for Alex, because when you're playing here, I'm playing there, I'm playing here, I'm playing there, so you can't create a niche for yourself. It becomes difficult. You're not known to be probably a good midfielder or a winger or an attacking player. You're basically doing everything. But sometimes it could be very dangerous. Reminds me of a certain Arsenal defender, what's the name now? Ivorian, that used to play right fullback, Eboue.
Yeah,
Eboue. I suppose Eboue playing from the...
Eboue is your younger brother's nickname.
Who?
Eboue.
That's
your brother's nickname.
No,
right?
it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Right.
My brother is Carlito.
Oh, yeah, Carlito.
But this is it. But this is it. Eboue, at the time, was fantastic right fullback, and suddenly he's moving all around the field, drafted to the midfield. Suddenly, the boy we knew is no more the boy we knew. So I'm happy for Alex Iwobi. He's beginning to show that dominance in the middle of the pack. Exceptional footballer for me, has a lot of talent, and the future is so bright for Alex Iwobi.
Absolutely. Well, the story is that he's 26 and Everton are ready to tie down some of their best players to fresh terms. And Alex Iwobi are forced into that list of best players alongside Jordan Pickford and Chelsea's transfer target, Anthony Gordon, who unfortunately could not make their move to Chelsea. And the story is that in the coming weeks, these players will be tied down to a new and improved contract at Everton.
So take my hand.
Right, Joe, let's head to Facebook and take the first batch of comments from the live feed. Well, Solarex, help us with that.
Yeah, Israeli man will say, good afternoon, Planet Sports Group. Please, is N'Golo Kante back from injury? Thanks. Thank you, Israeli, texting from you. Good afternoon. That came from UB. I can say, good afternoon, Planet. Up Chelsea. Ode Alex said, watching live from Calabar. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. Ateta Media Officer from Calabar. Then Monday, Didrix just say hola to you. Then Pius Ekong finally says, good afternoon, sport presenter. What is the update on Nigeria Super Eagles camp and when is their match with Algeria and time? Wishing Eagles the very best, Mary.
N'Golo Kante is back in it for individual training for Chelsea. After the international break, he's going to come back for team training. We're back on the phone line. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Marizona.
Welcome. It sounds like
Henry.
no lax Henry.
Yeah, no lax Henry. Good afternoon, Zolore. Good
Afternoon.
afternoon, Blade.
Thank you.
From you, no lax Henry. Yes, I think, can we just stop talking about the World Cup? Because anytime we talk about the World Cup, I'm sad. I just feel sad. Anytime we talk about the World Cup, and I remember that Nigeria is not featuring, meanwhile about the video will be there for the teams of the World Cup, I'm very sad. Anytime the World Cup draws closer, the closer the World Cup gets, the sadder I become. I don't know how we missed out of the World Cup. I'm very sad. And so I have to still blame that Frank Uzzo. We don't have goalkeepers. There's nothing like no offense to anybody. Offense to all of them. We don't have goalkeepers. We have like history. All of them. We miss the name so much. I don't know if that man can just come back and train all these our IT students so they will qualify and become good keepers, because those people are a bunch of disgrace to this national team.
All right. No lax. All right.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. But I feel your pain. Hello, welcome. Good afternoon.
Yeah, everybody. Thank you.
Welcome.
My name is Lieutenant Kevin from North University.
Welcome.
Okay. My own opinion for this friendly match between Algeria and Nigeria. I placed Nigeria in my country, and I lost my place. There's no way to go stand and support another country. One thing I see for this Nigerian Super Eagles friendly match against Algeria, my own expectation and suggestion Nigeria to win Algeria at least 2-1 because two-man competition is find a winner. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Right, so we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk a lot more. We'll travel to Europe and take a look at some stories we'll take a look at the English national team, the French national team, and training has kicked off in earnest for the players called up for these respective national teams and take your calls as well. So stick around. We'll be right back in a jiffy.
The Football Fans Friday is officially here. All the biggest football fans around the globe all play.
United for life.
I'm Barcelona.
100% Arsenal.
I'm Juventus.
Hala Madrid.
Chelsea.
Surely has to be Manchester City.
AC Milan.
Abindokwa United. Jakarta for life. Ha ha ha. Eyimba. Kano Pillars. Exclusive and up-to-date football content every Friday 3 to 4 p.m. on Planets 101.1 FM. Come ready to rep your club.
Passion, pride, platform. All that and more on Football Fans Planet.
When the lights are out, my eyes, you're on and on. Oh
Many thanks for sticking around to the Converge of Football Fans live on the frequency Planet Radio 101.1 FM. We do this every day, Monday to Friday, 3 to 4 p.m. We're still taking calls in 090-2223-1011 and 0817-624-8565. My name is Marius and I've got Blyden who came for company as well as Solarex Akpabio. Let's get back to the phone lines and take some more calls in. 090-2223-1011. Let's stick to that one line as the other line is going through some technical difficulty and it's difficult to get calls up, especially without Victor. Hello, Victor. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon in Arizona.
Welcome, Victor.
Good afternoon, Solex. It's great sporting action once again. Arizona, you really talk about the friendly match between Nigeria and Algeria. And you know that Nigeria is the African judge, and when it comes to this two sides, they always have something that you look out for. So the key story is the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because the back front, the midfield, the front run. So the new players are keep coming and going out. So we have not been able to know our first 11. But I believe if some of the key players that have injuries, some have the opportunity to play. I believe it's for the opportunity for them to show what they have. The coach must be at the best form for him to give out the best quality outing. And let me also say that Arizona, for the remaining teams that are participating from Nigeria in African continent, I believe that the Rivers United and others should do their best for them to prepare for the next round of the competition. That's my thing. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Well, Blyden, traveling to England now. There's a story that Chelsea are in talks, a crunch transfer talks to get a sporting director. And the man whose name comes to mind is Christoph Freund. He's set to become their new sporting director. He is the director of FC Salzburg currently. He's 45. He's held talks with Chelsea in that particular one. Well, looking at his CV, he is credited to have discovered Erling Haaland, Sadio Mane, Naby Keita, Dayot Upamecano, and the rest of the very, very long list of players who have been scouted by this particular man. Well, Front comes in for Chelsea. Right decision?
Well, as I've always said, football's and scouting shouldn't be very difficult, especially when I see big clubs spend a lot of money for players and sometimes you buy a lot of flops. It shouldn't be that way. If you have a good scouting system and people who've got the eye for quality players, players are not difficult to find if you have the eyes. And this man stands out because you look at two clubs stand out when it has to do with picking quality players. It has to be the Salzburg side, exceptional side over the years. Yeah. Look at the quality of players they've chunked out year in, year out, every season. And you go to Salzburg, you buy a player out, a quality name out, another quality name comes in. You buy that one, another one comes in. And that's basically what it is. Even the likes of Dhaka in Leicester City. So it's all through about the system. And a man that knows his onions and is able to set up the system. For me, it's a wonderful man. And another club you might look at that has the ability to do the same would definitely be Ajax Amsterdam yesteryears. And they've been surviving by raising players and bringing new players to the side over the years and selling to the big club. So it's from a Chelsea point of view, if Todd Bodley and the partners want a system where they can raise young players, then it is for me quality man, quality scout, and quality director for me.
Welcome, Pastor.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm calling from. Marizona, I am happy that a new bunch of players have been invited to the Super Eagles camp, even though there are very few, because in the previous setup they have not been tested, they have not been given the time. But this time around, I feel they should be given the chance to express what they can do. Though it's a friendly match meant to test players for the upcoming Nations Cup, it is also important that this match will be played with the ego of the Nigerian setup, with the aim of revenging the beating that we were given by Algeria in the last Nations Cup. So even though it is a friendly match, the players should not forget about that, because once beaten, twice shy. Let Jose Pedro choose the best players on the pitch, choose them out on the 27th to ensure that those players at least get a result, a good one, either a draw or a win against Algeria, because if we are beaten the second time, it would spell doom for us, even though it is a friendly match.
All right.
For Ahmed Musa, I'm happy that injury has caused him to drop, because as far as I'm concerned, he's not 29. The 29 may just be the playing age.
Pastor, he's 29. The paper says so.
Okay, the paper says so, but he has nothing to add to that. He has passed his prime, and he should
All right. Just like we love.
he should give chance to other younger players to display what they can do for the national team. I wish them the best of luck. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Pastor. Your thoughts appreciated. Well, Solorex Premier League clubs are discussing scrapping FA Cup replays at a meeting later. Tomorrow, will discuss the potentiality of scrapping the replays of FA Cup. Talks will also take place over major changes to the EFL Cup as part of what they call the New Deal for football. Neither cup is run by the Premier League, so it will have to approach the FA and the EFL about the potential changes. Well, clubs are concerned by the increased strain of an already packed calendar that has the UEFA Champions League extension, and that will create from 2020 for FA Cup replays were scrapped out in the 2020-2021 season to help with the fixture backlog caused by COVID-19. They were also scrapped for the third and fourth round last season. Well, the Champions League turns into a 36-team format from its present 32 from 2024, with all three European competitions having a playoff to get to the last 16. And in the midst of this, you want to have an FA Cup and an EFL Cup. The right decision, Solorex, to scrap out replays.
Absolutely, yes. Looking at the competition, cups games, played in England, the EFL Cup, the Premier League as well. Those are all the league. Talking of the FA Cup, the EFL Cup, the Champions League for those who are in the Champions League, the Europa League, and now the what's it called?
Conference League.
Conference League is being added. So I think a cup competition is supposed to be, a one-legged affair. When you just get there, you show seriously that you want to get the perfect results, and you move to the next level. Not, just going over there, try to bring the replay league to play at home. So it's a welcome development that, and the UEFA Nations League is still there. So these players are not, robots, so they're human beings. They need rest as well. So it's a welcome development.
All right. Welcome, football fan. Name and location.
Good afternoon, Arizona and other sports crew there.
Welcome.
This is Comrade John, coming from Uyo.
Welcome, Comrade John.
He will be want to sign a new contract with Everton. Let him look that contract well. Not tomorrow will come and say that he made mistake. This, that, just like the thing that happened between Liverpool and Mane. Who everybody said that Liverpool has money to Man. When Mane have 1 year contract, he has no trainer. At least they are the one that they are supposed to look for a better keeper that is going to fit us to match the goalpost for us. So those people
Hello, Comrade.
and look for a good keeper that is going to man that goalpost for us. Because for this match I want to play, this is a friendly match. It's time for us to get a good keeper. I'm going to continue using a keeper that we know that is not going to bring any favor for us. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, Blyden.
I think he made a good point. In recent times, look at it. At the point we had Ike Shiremo, Peter Rofai, and all this goalkeeper dozen, and over the years, the goalkeepers we've made had been from Nigeria, from the leagues. Vincent Enyama being the number one you could think of, the best we've seen. The best goalkeeper we've had in the history of Nigeria was from the league. Played for Akwa United, Ibom Stars at the time,
Eyimba.
and Eyimba. And that has been it. I think we've not done enough scouting system in Nigeria itself to find a goalkeeper, a quality goalkeeper. And this
Scouting system, but some people say that maybe we've got goalkeepers quality at league level, but they've not just been given a chance at the national team level.
Well, maybe, on the other hand, but you could mention a few names. That's basically, are they also good enough? This is the thing about Vincent Enyama that I always talk about. Maybe we need to spot. Sometimes it doesn't have to be in the league. Sometimes it could be in the academies. We have to do more work as far as I'm concerned and take the age-grade football seriously, find goalkeepers and pick from that angle. You never can tell. There's a good quality goalkeeper somewhere in Nigeria somewhere, but we've not spotted yet.
09022231011 to give you a chance to also be a part of the ever-evolving conversation as things get interesting. Well, Solorex, you take us to Facebook for the second batch of comments. But before that, there's a story emanating from Italy that Chelsea have got intentions of bringing in Harry Kane and sending Lukaku to Tottenham Hotspur.
God is the greatest. Trust the process. Well, Harry Kane, I think Harry Kane
To
needs...
Chelsea, Lukaku to Tottenham.
Yeah, I think Harry Kane needs Chelsea, more than Tottenham. Why? He's here to win a trophy, as a player,
Chelsea guarantees him a trophy.
Absolutely. There's no season that Chelsea don't get to win a trophy. So
This
they're very...
particular Chelsea.
Blyden, Graham Potter's Chelsea, Todd Bowley stroke, Graham Potter's Chelsea can guarantee a trophy
Well, I
this
think
season.
if I were Harry Kane, I'll stick with Tottenham. They're playing fantastically well.
And
Saw them
Conte
over-
is there.
Saw them over the weekend. Exceptional player. With what's happening at Tottenham, the energy, the numbers are beginning to come. They're looking quite consistent. And the effort, you definitely understand that Tottenham will demand for a trophy this season, and most likely they're going to win one. Whether it's FA Cup, whether it's whatever cup, even if it's a spoon, they're going to win something this season. And on the other hand, you also look at it. Antonio Conte, his work with Lukaku and also work with Harry Kane. I think the bulk of the job will be on the manager. Who would you prefer to be the frontliner for Tottenham right now? Is it Lukaku, which you worked with at Inter Milan and won the trophy?
Who would you want Conte to work with? Lukaku or Harry Kane?
Well, I think he's left Lukaku for a while. It might not necessarily be the same Lukaku that he worked with over time. So stick with what you have. The angel you have right now is shit good compared to the angel you had before.
Rex Facebook.
Yeah, Amy Boy said, good afternoon, guys. Nigeria no go walk up, then one go play friendly. Now, wow, God, they shall then. Ukechukwu says, Arsenal is making my day a big time. Arsenal is making my day big time, guys. Now we trust the entire process. Indeed. Then Samuel Unwak says, good evening, Solo and Mari. I can assure to finally say that Lewandowski received the Ballon d'Or this season with Barcelona. He made the right choice,
Really?
but the World Cup might be the reason he won't get this, but didn't get this particular one this season. For Bruno Fernandes, I'm sure he was joking right inside him. He knows that Ronaldo presence in any team, will always bring confusion in the dressing room because of his ego. Remember his time at Juventus and his current situation at Manchester United. He's a glory hunter and isn't ready to help others achieve their personal record. He cares more about his personal records than the team, Mary.
09022231011 and 0817-624-8565. Alternatively, you can head to Facebook and drop a comment and we'll take them in the course of the show. Well, Blyden, let's talk about the top scorers in Europe. Europe's top 5 leagues so far. For after the first international break. Beginning with the Premier League, Erling Haaland leads the chart with 11 goals scored in his first season with Manchester City. Well, I would always say that this man never was given a chance. He was said to play in the Farmers League. He's come in the Premier League. He scored 11 goals in 7 games. Harry Kane sits second in the goal scorers chart with 6 goals. Mitrovic of Fulham has got 6 goals. Ivan Toney of Brentford has 6 goals. Gabriel Jesus of Arsenal has got 4 goals. Rodrigo has got 4 goals. Alexis McAllister has 4 goals to his name as well. For the Ligue 1, Neymar leads the top scorers chart with 8 goals. Kylian Mbappe comes second with 7 goals. Nigeria's Terry Murphy comes third with 6 goals. Mama Balde of Troy has 5 goals. Florian Sotaka has 5 goals. Jonathan David has 5. Arsenal man, Folarin Balogun, has scored 5 goals for Reims. He's on loan.
Yeah.
And Reims has scored 5 goals for them. Lionel Messi and Tete have got 4 goals so far. For La Liga, well, the man, his name, Lewandowski. He has 8 goals to his name for Barca. Borja Iglesias, he plays for Real Betis, has got 6 goals. Iago Aspas has got 5 goals. Vinicius Junior, 4 goals. Karim Benzema, Federico Valverde, Rodrigo, Alex Baena, Sadiq Umar, Chimia Villa, Alvaro Morata, Vedat Muriqi, and Brais Mendes have got 3 goals.
Sadiq 3 goals?
Yeah, Sadiq, he scored 3 goals. He scored 1 for...
Yeah, Sociedad.
He scored one for Sociedad, then what scored 2 for...
Almeria.
Yeah.
Wow, fantastic, Sadiq. Thought it was 2.
Yeah, he has 3 goals. I remember in his first game for Almeria and La Liga, he scored a goal, and then in his first game for Sociedad, he scored 2 goals.
Oh,
in that
injury is
particular
bad.
game. The injury is not
bad.
just fair to this man.
Sadiq would have taken the La Liga place.
You think he would have outscored Lewandowski and
No,
Benzema?
not necessarily. Doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But he can make a name for himself. If you score an average of above 15 goals, slightly above 15 goals, that's fair. It's a higher league. He's coming from the Secunda
second division.
and moving to the La Liga, higher league, good performance. He's a hustler. He could get it. But let me talk about Erling Haaland. There's something peculiar. People wonder why do you want to talk about Erling Haaland? I've always said he's the best striker I've seen the best finisher I've seen in recent times after Ronaldo of Brazil. Even Cristiano Ronaldo didn't have the maturity Erling Haaland has had at 21. Yes, he didn't have it. He's so mature the way he picks up the ball. And people don't understand how difficult it is to play at Manchester City as a striker, command that influence. Everyone says, oh, Erling Haaland is playing for Manchester City. Oh, that's why he's scoring goals. He scored at Borussia Dortmund. He scored at Molde. He scored at Salzburg. But this is why it's important at Manchester City. Look, when you play, you're a striker and you're playing for a team that are passing the ball a lot. They pass the ball too much. So that Erling Haaland's touches are so few. But he ends up probably have 8 touches in a game and scored 2 goals, have 3 chances and scored 2. That speaks volume of the player, not just about the club. Many players had started for Manchester City and couldn't score many goals. And one of them is Gabriel Jesus. Couldn't score the goals. At some point, he was kept on the bench. At some point, he was played from the wing. It means the quality of the player first, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. Well, 090-2223-1011 would give you the chance to be a part of the show. Well, Solorex, Erling Haaland is the start, according to Supercomputer, calculating that if this man continues like this, he's going to end the season with 57 goals to his name. Nobody has done 57 goals a season in Premier League. How possible would that be?
It's not possible. It's not possible. I won't be Kukulan, dreaming of this particular way. It's never possible.
57 Premier League goals in the season.
Possible.
57 in 38 games, blinding rather.
In the Premier League, no, the highest we got was Mo Salah 32 and Cristiano Ronaldo 32.
Yeah.
Maybe he can even try to 40 in the Premier League, but 57.
How outrageous is 57?
Well, I think he can score more than 38. Looking at his records from Borussia Dortmund, the way he plays, he most likely outscores a number of games he plays.
Yeah.
But looking at it...
11 in 7 games.
11 in 7 games. If he continues with this magnitude of performance, surely he'll score more than 32 goals at the end of a season. 57, I do not know.
Hello, good afternoon, football fan. Welcome to the show. Well, we have you. You can talk to us if you want to. All right. 30 seconds was the time. Do all to call us back if you can. 090-2223-1011 and 0817-624-8565. Manchester City are set to join Chelsea, Tottenham in the race to get Milan Skriniar from Inter Milan. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome. Yeah. Add some energy. It's a sports show. Welcome. Name and location.
Hello.
All right. Please, you know the drill. When you call us up, you might not necessarily hear us, but talk to us in trust that we can hear you. When you call us up, don't bother about trying to hear us because we can actually hear you. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello,
Yeah.
Please, I want to find out, it is very debatable here. What is the highest number of goals scored by a player in the Premier League? Because it's very debatable. Has any player scored up to 40? Because somebody was debating with me that John Henry, in the years of the scored up to 40, and I said no. So what is the highest number that has been scored so far in the Premier League? Just a talking point of it.
All right. So we'll check that out for you right now. Well, for the records for most goals scored in the Premier League season, and I'll start with telling you that Andrew Cole and Alan Shearer are still the top scorers in the Premier League season. However, these two players were part of the 42 game per season Premier League format back then. Yeah. Remember when the Premier League was the 42 game per season format, and Andrew Cole and Alan Shearer scored a lot of goals in that season. But when the Premier League went back to a 38 game format that it is right now, it's been crazy because the player with most goals scored in the Premier League season is Mohamed Salah with 32 goals in the 2017-2018 season. I scored that for Liverpool. Luis Suarez scored 31 in the season. That was back in 2013-2014. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 31 for Manchester United back in the 2007-2008 season in the Premier League. And Alan Shearer scored 31 for Blackburn Rovers in the 1995-1996 season. Harry Kane scored 30 in the 2017-2018 season for Tottenham Hotspur. Robin Van Persie, RVP, scored 30 for Arsenal. In the 2011-2012 season, Thierry Henry scored 30. That's the highest he's gone in the Premier League season. In 2003-2004 season for Arsenal. Kevin Phillips scored 30 for Sunderland in the 1999-2000 season. Harry Kane scored 29 in the 2016-2017 season. And Didier Drogba scored 29 Premier League goals for Chelsea in the 2009-2010 season. I hope you have your question answered. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome.
My name is Zach. I'm calling you from you.
Right.
I want you to tell Arsenal fans that they should put in their wins. They should not have their wins now. They should put it in January. If they can maintain this momentum, that's when they will be allowed to bring out their wins. So for now, they have nothing to tell the world. This has me tell them.
All right. Thank you very much. Solorex, anything from the Facebook page as we begin to wrap up the conversation this afternoon? Well, Leicester City are reportedly unable to sack Brendan Rodgers because it will cost them £10 million to pay him off. And they say that they don't have that kind of money, to send this man off. Well, Blyden keeping Brendan Rodgers. Will things get better for Leicester City right now as things stand?
Well, for me, it might get better if he tries to figure out what the problem is. But I wish I could talk to him personally because I look at Leicester City.
I'll send his WhatsApp number.
It's still a quality side. Maybe I'll get the WhatsApp number and get to chat with him.
Yeah.
It's still a quality side, just so that he can just see what the problem is. As I said the other day, don't play Maddison 90 minutes. That's just the solution. Put players that will defend for you. You can start Maddison, no problem. First half, look at the last two games. They scored 2 goals in the first half. Score goals, afterward, withdraw him. Put players that will defend. You never can tell they might just get a win. Right now, they're a sloppy side. They're not marking in the midfield. They're just sloppy. And the mentality is getting bad day by the day. They need that win as fast as possible. At least, if you can win games, at least draw games, don't lose.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon. It's Jonathan.
Yeah, Exto, welcome.
Yes, Exo calling from Kalani.
Yeah.
Please, Barry, check for me. How many players in Manchester United squad go their country to play for them?
All right. I think Solorex will check that out for you. Thank you very much. Solorex, let's take the last batch of comments on Facebook before we bounce. Well, he's talking about players. United players have been called up by their national teams. So let's talk about Facebook. Then we'll check that out.
Email us and say, watching you guys live, you carry on the good job. Then Joseph Subero say, I watch out for Brazil at the FIFA World Cup. Just watch out. It will be 7 win for the Selecao. Then finally, Chide Ejide says, good afternoon, everyone in the studio. Next season in the Premier League will be Wolves versus London Cowboys. Derby L anymore. Live on Najo Wide Mari. Has to be
we had a story. It's a speculation that Todd Boehly has intentions of changing Chelsea's name to London Cowboys. Well, 4 United players called up for international duty for England. We have Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, and Dean Henderson, who's on loan at Nottingham Forest. For Portugal, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Diogo Dalot. For Scotland, Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen has been called up by Denmark. Rafael Varane called up by France. Tyrone Malacia has been called up by the Dutch national team for the games against Poland and Belgium. Victor Lindelof and Anthony Elanga have been called up by the Swedish national team. And Martin Dubravka has been called up by the Slovakian national team. I hope that answers your question. Taking calls. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Welcome. Name and location. Welcome.
Just like one of my guys that is talking about Arsenal that they should calm down. If you share this in life, you see that there's nothing for Arsenal to calm down. If I will continue to fire in that place, we'll see. At the end of the day, Arsenal is better league. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, that's it for the show today. Thank you very much, Blyden, for being a part of the show today. Hope to have you later tomorrow.
It was so good to be on the show. I just hope that Arsenal fans too can calm down. Because for me, if something happens to Gabriel Jesus, maybe injury, it's back to the normal Arsenal.
Well,
they should calm down.
Nketiah.
Nketiah.
You can't rely on Nketiah.
You see the gap between the name Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus.
You hear his name, Nketiah sounds like something that's not sure.
No, there's this
But
particular.
the young lad has really improved.
Yeah, fine player. Thank you very much, Solomon Akpabio.
God is greater.
Absolutely. It's not debatable. Well, we'll do this again later tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. For Planet Sports, and we'll come back in the afternoon for 3 to 4 p.m. The football fans attack. So do want to stick around for that particular one. And by 4 o'clock, all 3 to 6, we'll have the Planet Rush show with big man Beto O'Brien coming up with the sweet gist. Well, Ashake has been moving crazy. And we'll talk about all of that with Beto O'Brien. Happy birthday to Esther Andrew. You have my very best wishes. From me, Marizona, we want to enjoy the rest of the day's broadcast. I'm out. Ciao, ciao.